What's up guys, Dylan here from Veteran Aquatics, and today we're going to talk about some options that we still have even with a lot of things being shut down. I know that people still want fish, they need tanks, they need fish food and supplies and medication. So I just wanted to go over what your options are considering everything is shut down at the moment. But before we go ahead and get started, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in a minute. So I hope everybody's staying safe and healthy. And like I said, we're going to talk about what you can still do given that everything's shut down and there's a lot of travel bans and stuff going on. So let's talk about supplies first. Everybody needs medicine, food, that sort of thing. So Amazon is up and running, although a lot of shipments are delayed. I ordered a couple of things and they won't be here until the 25th, even with Prime. So if you're ordering off Amazon, be aware that it's going to take a couple extra days. Everything's bogged down with everyone being home. Another option you have is Chewy. So Chewy is owned by PetSmart, and if you don't know, when the stores reopen, you can take anything in Chewy and bring it to PetSmart and they will price match it. That said, they are also a little bit bogged down with all the online orders given that everything is shut down. And I'm going to put links in the description for, you guys know where Amazon is, but I'll put links in the description for Chewy. You can also download the Chewy app and order things that way. I know I've gotten some driftwood and stuff like that from them, and it worked out pretty well and the prices were really nice. Next, let's talk about tanks. So a lot of people probably aren't setting up tanks, but if you are, this is going to be important to you. So there's a couple of websites that will ship directly to your home, right? And let's go ahead and go over those now. The first one is Fish Tanks Direct. And again, I'll put links to all this stuff down in the description for you guys, so you can go ahead and find them if you need a tank. They have a lot of bigger tanks that are fairly reasonably priced considering what I've seen online. We all know that I'm looking for tanks upwards of 200 gallons. So I was poking around on there and their prices actually weren't too bad. Right? Another one is Custom Aquariums. Right? They build custom tanks. They are not cheap, but they will ship them directly to your house. Right? And the last one is Dream Fish Tanks. So again, they have aquariums in stock, and they have all kinds of different footprints and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool. Again, they're on the pricier side, but they will ship directly to your home. And like I said, all the links will be in the description. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about how to get fish. So the person that I'm going to talk about, you guys should already know, is Michael from Michael's Fish Room. And I was speaking to him yesterday, and he is still shipping as of right now. So if you need guppies or plecos, Michael is the guy to go to. If you guys haven't looked at his channel, I'll put a link in the description for that as well. But his entire fish room, his entire operation is breeding and selling guppies and plecos. Alright, he also has this awesome flowerhorn named Frank. He's really cool. And he does reviews for a lot of products. So make sure you guys go ahead and check him out if you haven't already. Alright? Like I said, guppies and plecos. He's got all kinds of different breeds. He's got mutt guppies. He's got specialties. I have red dragons and black Moscows, but he's got 40 other kinds. He takes it really seriously. It's his side work that he does, and he's been doing it for a while. So make sure you guys check him out. Like I said, I'll put a link to his website in the description. I'll also put a link to his YouTube channel in the description. Another option you have is the wet spot. So I mentioned the wet spot specifically because I know the Cichlid Club of York has recently done a large order with them and had a bunch of fish shipped over. They're based out in California, but everybody that's gotten fish from them is very happy. Their prices are fair, and they're good at shipping their fish. So again, if you need fish, Michael's Fish Room for guppies and plecos. If you need anything else, especially cichlids and stuff like that, the wet spot. And like I said, links in the description below for that. So let's go ahead and talk about what I've been doing to keep from going absolutely insane. So it's been 4 or 5 days since everything started to shut down. So it's been 4 or 5 days that I've been home. And I gotta tell you, you don't realize, you know, everyone's like, I don't want to go to work today, I don't want to go to school today. You don't realize how important those things are to make you want to come home, because after you've been stuck in the house for a week, you start to get cabin fever really bad, and you kind of just want to go anywhere. We're running out of bread, so I was going to just try to go to the store because I wanted to get out of the house. I was like, where are you going? I'm like, oh, I'm going to get bread. She's like, no, you're not. Stay home. She's like, don't go out there. It's like, you know, the supermarkets are high concentration places for people. Everybody's been touching things. My daughter has bronchitis right now, so if something were to happen and I were to contract it and she were to get it, it could be potentially fatal. So we're trying to avoid any and all unnecessary contact with everybody. Alright, so yesterday I spent 3 or 4 hours doing water changes. You know, I did water changes on all my tanks. I filled up all the tanks. Everybody's happy. The water's looking really good. So I gotta say, having this much time has given me the time that I wanted to spend in here. Apart from getting to spend all the time that I get with my family now, I also get to spend more time inside, you know, with the tanks and stuff like that. So I got the pike cichlids the other day. I put a video up on my Instagram, which I will throw up in a second. It's vet_aquatics. I just started it, so make sure you go check it out. I'll be posting just random pictures and videos and profiles and stuff like that up there. I also have a Facebook page, Veteran Aquatics. Make sure you go check that out. I put stuff there as well, share stuff from Instagram and vice versa. But getting to spend this much time in the fish room really lets me look at what I have and gives me an idea of where I want to go. So with all the stuff going on, the close date for our home has been pushed back. Hopefully not too much. But we're working to get that rectified so we can get into it as soon as possible, so I can get started building the new fish room as soon as possible. I have a friend that's going to come out and help me out. He's a contractor by trade. I used to work with him. He worked for me, and we had a really good working relationship. He's also a former Marine, so Pete's a really good guy. He offered to make the drive. It's going to be almost a 4-hour ride for him, but he offered to make the ride for me and come down and help me get everything set up if I wanted him to. So that's really awesome. Having friends like that is a big help. I can do it all myself. I don't need the help, but having the help is really appreciated, because there gets to be a point where it's kind of hard building these huge stands by yourself, moving these big tanks by yourself. So having that, you know, I really appreciate my friends for that. So yeah, like I said, I get to spend a lot of time in here. So I've been watching my fish. The angelfish are doing really well. I'm just going to go out on a limb. The angelfish that I got, the store that I got them from, I won't name them because I'm not in that kind of a business of slandering people, but every fish I got from them has died. And I don't lose fish often, but every fish I got from them died, and I spent over $200 when I went to that store. It was a huge store in Jersey, and unfortunately, literally none of the fish made it. Every other fish that I've bought is doing well. Fish that I've ordered online are doing well. Fish that I've got from other hobbyists are doing well. Fish that I got from the Water's Edge in Wind Gap are doing very well. Unfortunately, they have closed their doors as well. PA here, everything is shut down unless it's a life-sustaining sort of business. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you do your water changes, right? We all have the time. There's no excuse not to do them anymore. Your fish are going to appreciate them. You're going to appreciate when you have nice, clear tanks. Take the time. Just look at your fish. Make sure they're not sick. Make sure nobody's got ick. Check the temperatures. It's a good time to redo some of your aquascapes. I haven't really been doing too much of that because when I set up my tanks, generally I'm content with where they are when I leave them. But take the time, you know, if you're looking at a tank, you're like, that just doesn't look quite right. Fix it, right? You have the time now. And for those of you that don't, for those of you that are still out there working, for those of you that are part of these life-sustaining businesses, please stay safe. You know, do everything that you can. We appreciate you. You know, I feel for you that you don't get to come home, and I wish there was another way. Unfortunately, with the way society is, there are some things that are necessity. People aren't going to go out and just start clubbing deer over the head, you know, for dinner. So we do appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys pay attention to the news with the stimulus package and stuff like that. And this video is not necessarily about that, but it's because of what's going on that I have to talk about this stuff. So let's go ahead and just take a look at some of my tanks really quick. You guys are here for fish, not to just hear me talk. So I just wanted to show you guys an update on the angels. So they're all doing really well. These are bigger angels. They're really pretty. You can see the blue, like on his gill plate there. And the rosaline shark. I didn't know much about these before. I was giving him, but he's really pretty. And I was thinking maybe of doing a planted tank with just a bunch of like rosaline sharks and either Cory catfish, or maybe I'll do Angelicus cats, because I am a fan of those. But yeah, they're doing really well. Everybody's happy and healthy. There's an angelfish in here that's missing an eye, and it's this one. You can tell because he swims a little funny, but something happened and he lost an eyeball. But he eats. Everybody's eating great. Everybody's doing well. And here's one of the pike cichlids. The other one hasn't seen fit to join him yet. But these guys are little savages, man. Just watching them eat, they're so fast. They just attack the pellets. These guys will get up to 16 inches long. These are the black striped pike cichlids. And I picked them up pretty cheap. The water's edge gets in a lot of really cool fish, so if you guys are anywhere in the area once they reopen, make sure you check them out. It's always a pleasure just to walk through the store and see what they got. And so in here, these are the Criboheiros robertsoni cichlids, also known as false fire mouths. The males aren't coming out right now, but these are just some females. They are pretty plain, but the males are really pretty. They have this awesome red and blue hue to their fins and on their gill plates and on the underside to them. And when they get a little bit bigger, they get these nice colors by their mouth, which is where they get the name false fire mouth from. And this is the tank that's got the Bisher in it. He is currently occupying this cave right here. He's doing well. I throw in chunks of shrimp before I cut the lights off at night. That way he's got something to eat. Bishers are nocturnal and they do like to hide. So if you get one, just be aware that they also get very, very large. These are the last ones I'm going to show you. These are the Stomatopia mariae. These are the Crater Lake African cichlids. They're doing really well. They're voracious eaters. Everybody's happy. I haven't lost a single one. Karen did a really good job raising these guys. They're super healthy, super active, super hungry. Let's see if we can get... Again, they're kind of plain. They almost look like a small largemouth bass. They're nothing, stupendous and splendorous to look at, but they are cool fish nonetheless. And I'm just grateful to have something that needs our help. And again, that's what the CARES program's all about. It's about helping the hobby, helping the fish, and making sure that we have sustainable populations of these guys in the hobby. Change my mind. These are celestial pearl danios. I don't show you guys these often because they're very skittish, but they're so pretty. So you can tell that's a male by the bright orange on his underbelly and fins. They look something akin to a brook trout, but they're very small. This is just a 10-gallon tank. There's 7 of them in here. They do not get larger than maybe an inch, and even that's kind of generous. They're very small but very gorgeous fish. They love their planted tank. I'm trying to get more plants in here just to kind of prompt them to breed. They're egg scatterers, and unfortunately the males will follow the females and eat the eggs. They need a high protein diet, and you kind of got to separate them in order to get them, to successfully breed and scatter and fertilize the eggs. But these little guys are gorgeous, and I'm glad I get to share them with you. I had these special ordered back when I was still living in New York, and they're phenomenal little nano fish. So that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to give you some options while you're cooped up at home, and I just wanted to go through a couple of the tanks. I like to do updates. People ask me, how are these fish doing? So I want to kind of keep it up to date and show you guys. I haven't lost any fish. The puffer's still doing fine. He's still a little shy and a little stressed, so I've been keeping his light off. But he's doing okay. He's gotten some snails. He's been eating the snails just fine. As always, guys, stay safe. Wash your hands. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.